First of all, let me welcome you all to my seventh video on the chapter aldehydes, ketones and monocarboxylic acids, right? In the previous video, we discussed something about preparation of monocarboxylic acids or the nomenclature of monocarboxylic acids. Now in the today's discussion, we'll go for the physical and chemical properties of monocarboxylic acid. Physical properties of monocarboxylic acid. This is the first discussion, right? As usual, under physical properties, we generally discuss that is boiling points of organic compounds, solubility of organic compounds, and of course that is color and odor of the organic compounds, right? Monocarboxylic acids are concerned, they are colorless liquids. They are colorless liquids, and lower members are characterized by some certain pungent smell, but higher members of monocarboxylic acids will be odorless. And what I said, all higher members of the organic compounds will be insoluble in water. Therefore, here also, in the case of monocarboxylic acids, all higher members of monocarboxylic acids will be insoluble in water, but the lower members of monocarboxylic acids will be soluble in water. And that solubility, yes, it is because of the ability of monocarboxylic acids to form hydrogen bonds with water. I said any organic compound capable of forming hydrogen bond with water will be soluble in water. Yes, this is monocarboxylic acid, this is delta minus, is it not? Hydrogen is delta plus, positive charge, and of course the negative end of monocarboxylic acid will form hydrogen bond with positive end of water. The negative end of oxygen, that is negative end of the monocarboxylic acid, will form hydrogen bond with positive end of water. Yes, the positive end of yes, it is the monocarboxylic acid, that is will form hydrogen bond with negative end of water. This is because of this ability of monocarboxylic acid to form hydrogen bond with water. Lower members are miscible in water, that is lower members of monocarboxylic acids will be soluble in water because of their ability of forming hydrogen bonds with water. This is what we call it as one property, that is solubility of, yes, it is monocarboxylic acids. And if it comes to the question of boiling points, right, I already discussed in the previous videos under aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, that is alcohols, phenols. In all those videos, I already said monocarboxylic acids are characterized by highest boiling point, that is the monocarboxylic acids will be characterized by highest boiling point greater than those of alcohols. Alcohols boiling points will be greater than those of ketones, that is ketones, and boiling points of ketones will be greater than those of, yes, it is aldehydes, and boiling points of aldehydes will be greater than those of ethers, and of course boiling point of ethers will be greater than those of alkanes. That highest boiling point of, yes, it is monocarboxylic acid is because of that intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In the case of monocarboxylic acids, there is a strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding, yes, and due to that highly polar nature of OH group. The OH group in the monocarboxylic acids is highly polar due to the electron withdrawing nature of CO group. Therefore, it will form hydrogen bonding with its own molecules, and that results in the formation of, yes, it is dimer. Even in vapor phase, the monocarboxylic acids will form, yes, it is dimer with, yes, it is the there is a dimerization of monocarboxylic acids even in vapor phase, and that's a clear indication that the strong hydrogen bonding in the case of, yes, it is monocarboxylic acid. Look here, or COOH, this is delta minus, or COOH, this is delta plus, there is a hydrogen bonding. Here delta plus, and here it is delta minus, there is a hydrogen bonding. Two molecules of carboxylic acid will be, yes, it is together form a dimer. Because of that strong hydrogen bonding, monocarboxylic acids can form, yes, it is dimers. Acetic acid is 120, and compared to that of exact molecular mass of acetic acid is 60. Acetic acid molecular mass 60 in the case of colligative property values, colligative property values indicate that the molecular mass of acetic acid is 120. That is because of dimerization like this. Because of this dimerization, that the molecular mass of acetic acid was found to be 120 there, that we discussed in solutions. So this is because of this dimerization, that is carboxylic acids are characterized by highest boiling point. And of course, this particular generalization is true only when if you compare the boiling points of the different compounds having almost the same molecular mass. And of course, I discussed this particular aspect in the previous video. Okay, now, so this is what we call it as boiling points. You know that high boiling point of monocarboxylic acids is because of strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding that leads to the dimerization of molecules. So this is what we call it as boiling points. And of course, as far as colors are concerned, you know that is colorless substances they are. Higher members are waxy liquids or the waxy solids. Higher members of monocarboxylic acids are waxy solids, and of course, still higher members will be characterized by solid state. So this is what we call it as the physical properties of monocarboxylic acids. Now at this moment, after studying structure only, I'll go to the chemical properties of monocarboxylic acids, because the chemical properties will be decided by structural formula there. Look at this. As far as monocarboxylic acid is concerned, this is the functional group S, and the carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. The carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, avudalva, and that because of that sp2 hybridization, that is all the atoms attached to the carbon atom are present in one plane. All the atoms attached to the carbon atom will be present in one plane. Yes, because of that high electronegativity of oxygen. Because of that high electronegativity of oxygen, look at this. O carries negative charge, C gets positive charge, and of course this is what we call it as one of the resonance structures, right? This is structure 1, this is structure 2, yes. And now we have lone pair of electrons on the oxygen, as we discussed in the case of alcohols. And oxygen, the OH group is characterized by 2 lone pair of electrons, and they are attracted towards positive charge, and that results in the formation of one more resonance structure, yes. This is minus, and of course double bond, O plus, and of course H. Because of that shifting of lone pair of electrons towards carbon, oxygen gets positive charge, yes. Right? And remember, on the basis of that, what I can understand here, the positive charge on the carbon atom is decreased by shifting of lone pair of electrons towards the carbon. Therefore, there is a less positive charge, or you can say this is less electrophilic. Less electrophilic, and the positive charge on the carbon atom is less compared to that in the case of carbonyl groups. You know, in the case of carbonyl groups, that there is a high positive charge on the, yes, it is carbon atom, is it not? But here, even though there is a positive charge is there in the carbon atom of CO group, that will be decreased by delocalization of electrons towards carbon, and of course, due to the decrease in positive charge here, and of course, this carbon atom is less electrophilic, and therefore, the carboxylic acids are entirely different from those of the aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones readily undergo what we call it as nucleophilic addition reactions due to the high positive charge over the carbon atom. But here in the case of carboxylic acids, due to less positive charge on the carbon atom, yes, it is nucleophile, less readily attacks carboxylic acids. Therefore, carboxylic acids do not undergo nucleophilic addition reactions easily. So this is what we call it as the structure of the carboxylic acids, and of course that is the discussion that we have in your NCERT book, right? In the next topic, we'll go for the chemical properties of carboxylic. Under the chemical properties, we are supposed to discuss, that is acidic property of carboxylic acids. As a carboxylic acids are acidic, that is acidic nature of carboxylic acids, and there are some chemical reactions, and they prove that carboxylic acids are acidic. One of the simplest possible tests is when the solution of carboxylic acid, yes, it is added with litmus solution, blue litmus becomes red, and blue litmus paper become red when it is dipped in solution of carboxylic acid. It's a clear indication that yes, it is carboxylic acids are acidic, is it not? Apart from that, there are some chemical reaction, that is RCOOH, when it reacts with sodium metal, is it not? This is already we discussed in phenols. When carboxylic acids react with sodium metal, that hydrogen atom is replaced by sodium there, and of course with the liberation of hydrogen gas. This is carboxylic acid, reacts with sodium metal, and you are going to get sodium carboxylate with the liberation of hydrogen gas, right? in order to balance it you multiply here 2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇಂದ multiply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆವಾಗ Na2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ therefore it is 2Na that is carboxylic acid react with sodium metal and you are going to get sodium carboxylate and of course this is one chemical reaction that indicates acidic nature of carboxylic acids. Apart from that, you know, when carboxylic acids and they react with sodium hydroxide, a base, you are going to get a salt that is sodium carboxylate. You know that salt is produced whenever there is a reaction between acid and base. This is base and you are going to get a salt here. Therefore, it must be an acid. The carboxylic acid reacts with base like sodium hydroxide. Look at this. That is H plus of acid and of course reacts with OH minus of base and of course you are going to get sodium carboxylate. This is another evidence for the acidic nature of carboxylic acids. This is another evidence for the acidic nature of carboxylic acids. Apart from that, you know, when carboxylic acid reacts with sodium bicarbonate, you go to the acids react with sodium bicarbonate or sodium carbonate to liberate carbon dioxide, and you are going to get corresponding sodium carboxylate. You are going to get corresponding sodium carboxylate with the liberation of carbon dioxide and of course water is produced here. This is carboxylic acid displaces carbon dioxide. That is strong acid displaces weak acid from its compound. Therefore, carboxylic acid is stronger acid than carbonic acid. This reaction will not be found in the case of phenol. When phenol is mixed with sodium bicarbonate, there will be no reaction. When phenol is mixed with sodium bicarbonate, there will be no reaction because phenol is weak acid, weaker than carbon dioxide. Phenol is weak acid, weaker than carbonic acid. Therefore, phenol does not displace carbon dioxide from, it is sodium bicarbonate. Whereas carboxylic acids, they are stronger than carbon dioxide, stronger than phenol. They displace carbon dioxide from sodium bicarbonate. So these are the some reactions that will be the evidences for the acidic nature of carboxylic acid. So these are the practical observations as far as carboxylic acids are concerned. But now at this moment, I should give theoretical explanation for the acidic nature of carboxylic acid. I should give the theoretical explanation for the acidic nature of carboxylic acids. So we'll see that why carboxylic acid is acidic. How can I account for the acidic nature of carboxylic acids, or what parameters I can use in order to measure the acidic strength of carboxylic acids. So that is next discussion. Okay, now we'll see that. Look at this. I already said, as far as acid is concerned, when it is dissolved in water, right, and that donates H plus to water, it gives H plus to water, and of course water will take off H plus ions from acid, and that after losing H plus, carboxylic acid is converted to H plus whole mele, carboxylic acid is converted to carboxylate, and of course H plus will be taken up by water and you are going to get H3O plus. H plus ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ H3O ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, plus ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it also gets positive charge. So this is what we call it as the reaction. Here carboxylic acid donates H plus to water and becomes carboxylate and the formation of hydronium ion. There is an equilibrium, right? And of course, and as far as why this carboxylic acid loses H plus, why this carboxylic acid loses? It is H plus. The reason is, that after donating H plus, it is converted to carboxylate, right? After releasing H plus, it is converted to carboxylate. This carboxylate is stabilized by resonance. This carboxylate is stabilized by resonance with two equivalent structure. This is structure 1 and this is structure 2. This is the speciality of this carboxylic acid. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ carboxylate ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, H plus donate ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ carboxylate ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, that is resonance stabilized. ಅಂದ್ರೆ look at this. This negative charge is shifted towards the carbon atom because of its positive charge. Oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. Electrons will be shifted towards oxygen, and due to delocalization, ಈಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ there is a negative charge on this oxygen, but here there is a negative charge on this oxygen, and of course here CO minus ಇದೆ, C double bond O ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ CO minus ಇದೆ, C double bond ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ both the structures are same. And whenever there is equivalent structures, whenever there is equivalent structure, look at there is an effective delocalization of negative charge. Nodi, the resonance hybrid will have delta minus, and of course negative charge will be effectively delocalized. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. RCOO ಇದು ಕಾಮನ್, ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಡಾಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಡಾಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, therefore ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಮೈನಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಮೈನಸ್. This is what we call resonance hybrid. And because of that, that C2O bond length in carboxylate will be same. Because of that, effective delocalization of negative charge. Whenever there is effective delocalization of negative charge, carboxylate becomes highly stable. That is, carboxylate ion is stabilized by resonance. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಲೋಕಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಡಿಲೋಕಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೇ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಇದು it absorbs H plus from H3O plus and equilibrium is shifted backward. Equilibrium is shifted in backward direction. Aga acidic strength decreases. As that negative charge is not localized, it is delocalized over the whole group there. Because of that, negative charge on the oxygen decreases, and that avoids shifting of equilibrium in backward direction. Therefore, equilibrium will be shifted in forward direction, and of course carboxylate is highly stabilized. ಹೌದಾ? And with two equivalent resonance structures, ಎರಡು resonance structures ಸೇಮ್ ಇದು. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ನೋಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ so this carboxylate is highly stabilized. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ as that carboxylate is more stable, ಇದು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ carboxylic acid try to become stable carboxylate ion. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ this carboxylic acid will try to become stabilized with carboxylate ion. In doing so, it has to give H plus to water. ಇದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ H plus ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ carboxylic acid, yes it is, loses H plus and becomes carboxylate, which is stabilized by resonance. So this is what we call it as the reason for the acidic nature of carboxylic acid. The reason for the acidic nature of carboxylate ion. Yes, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ಹೌದಾ? And of course, in order to measure the strength of the carboxylic acid, I make use of this equilibrium constant K. Apply law of mass action. This is RCOO minus product into H3O plus, ಹೌದಾ? Product of concentration of products divided by product of concentration of reactants, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? And of course this is H2O, and here the concentration of water is, and of course remains almost the same because we have taken here excess, and therefore this can be rewritten as K into molar concentration of water is equal to, yes it is RCOO minus, and of course H3O plus divided by RCOOH, and this can be equal to dissociation constant of weak acid Ka. So this is equal to what? Ka. How can I relate Ka with the acidic strength andre nodi, as the tendency of releasing H plus increases, as the ability of carboxylic acid to release H plus increases, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Concentration of H3O plus increases. If concentration of H3O plus increases, Ka value increases, ಹೌದಾ? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಇದು H plus ions ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ, H plus ions ಅನ್ನು ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ H plus ions ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? H3O plus ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. H3O plus ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ Ka ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? Therefore, as Ka increases, as Ka value of acid increases, weak acid increases, acidic strength increases. And that is the direct measure of acidic strength of monocarboxylic acids. It would be dissociation constant Ka. For example, I'll give the Ka values of some acids like that is Ka equals 6.25 ಅಥವಾ 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5 for acetic acid. Acetic acid ke Ka value ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5 ಇದೆ. That's equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power minus 5 for benzoic acid. For benzoic acid is 6.25 into 10 to the power minus 5, and for formic acid into 10 to the power minus 4. This is for formic acid. This is for formic acid. ನೀವೇ ಗಮನಿಸಿ, as Ka value increases, strength of acid increases. Which has got highest Ka value? Formic acid. Therefore, formic acid is stronger than benzoic acid. The Ka value of benzoic acid is greater than that of acetic acid. Therefore, strength of benzoic acid is greater than acetic acid. ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? ಈ ಮೂರರಲ್ಲಿ highest ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕಿದೆ? Yes, it is formic acid. 10 to the power minus 4 is greater than 10 to the power minus 5. ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? As Ka value increases, strength of acid increases. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗಮನಿಸಿ, all Ka values will be in terms of negative powers of 10. ಹೌದಾ? In order to avoid that expressing the power of 10 as negative, here we have one alternate. Ka value can be expressed in terms of pKa. That is minus log to the base 10 of Ka value. This is what we call it as pKa. As Ka increases, minus log 10 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ pKa decreases. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Ka value ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ pKa ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, as pKa increases, strength of acid decreases. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Strength of acid decreases. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Ka ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ strength of acid ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Ka ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ pKa ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ as pKa decreases, strength of acid increases. ಹಿಂಗೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? And of course, as far as pKa of acetic acid ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, it is around, yes, it is 4.75. ಹೌದಾ? That is what we call it as pKa of acetic acid. pKa of benzoic acid ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? That is around 4.25 ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. pKa of formic acid ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Around 3. Yes, it is 8 ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ pKa ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ? Formic acid. Next ಯಾವುದು? Benzoic acid. Next ಯಾವುದು? Acetic acid. As pKa decreases, strength of acid increases. ಅಥವಾ as Ka increases, strength of acid increases. So this is what we call it as the physical quantity that we can use for expressing strength of the acid ಅಥವಾ for comparing strength of acids. ಹೌದಾ? So this is what we call it as pKa and Ka values. Okay na? Yes. Now at this moment, that is, I am comparing strength of carboxylic acids with that of the phenol, right? That is carboxylic acid. Yes, it is stronger acid than phenol. Why? And the question, right? Why that carboxylic acid is stronger acid than phenol? And of course, I said in the case of carboxylate, yes, in the case of carboxylate, right? This is carboxylate, and of course, this is resonance stabilizer with two equivalent structure. This structure and this structure two are equivalent, same ಅಂತ. ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ C double bond ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ C double bond ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ CO minus ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ CO minus. That is, this is what we call it as resonance structures of carboxylate. And of course, in the case of phenol, ನೋಡಿ, phenol ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ phenol H plus ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It is converted to what? Phenoxide. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Why we said phenol is acidic? Because phenoxide is more stable than phenol ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ phenol is acidic ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, in the case of phenol, yes, this is phenoxide. ಹೇಗೆ carboxylic acid ಅಲ್ಲಿ carboxylate ಬರುತ್ತೋ, phenol ಅಲ್ಲಿ phenoxide ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Look at this, and this is resonance ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ, and look at the resonance structures here. Look at the resonance structures here, right? Look at the resonance structures here. Yes. ನೋಡಿ, I think this is double bond. ಈ pi electrons ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Look at this structure 1 and this is structure 2. Look at this. These two structures are same, but these two structures are not same. ಇಲ್ಲಿ CO minus ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ C minus ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. That is, these two are non-equivalent resonance structures. These two are non-equivalent resonance structures. These two are equivalent resonance structures. These two are equivalent resonance structures. ಹೌದಾ? And that is one reason why carboxylate is more stable than phenoxide, because carboxylate ion is stabilized by resonance with two equivalent structures, whereas phenoxide is not stable. Phenoxide is resonance stabilized with non-equivalent structures. Because of that, carboxylate is more stable than phenoxide. Because of that, carboxylate is more stable than phenoxide. Therefore, carboxylic acids are more acidic than phenol. That's one reason. Second reason ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, look at this. Second reason ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, look at this. In the case of carboxylate, negative charge is delocalized. Negative charge is delocalized effectively over two oxygen atoms. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? The negative charge is effectively delocalized over highly electronegative oxygen atoms, ಹೌದಾ? Both the atoms are oxygen atoms and they are highly electronegative, therefore negative charge is effectively delocalized. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, negative charge is there on the oxygen and on the carbon, ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ negative charge is there on the oxygen and carbon. This is more electronegative, ಒಪ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, but carbon is less electronegative, ಹೌದಾ? Here in the case of phenoxide, negative charge is delocalized over oxygen atom and less electronegative carbon. But here in the case of carboxylate, negative charge is delocalized over more electronegative oxygen atoms only. And because of that, carboxylate is more stable than phenoxide. Therefore, carboxylic acids are more acidic than phenol. So this is what we call it as, because of that, phenols do not decompose carbonates to give carbon dioxide, whereas carboxylic acids will decompose carbonates to give carbon dioxide. Is it not? So this is what we call it as acidic nature of phenol and as it is carboxylic acids. Now at this moment, I will go for the effect of electron withdrawing groups. Electron withdrawing groups on acidic strength. Effect of electron withdrawing groups on acidic strength of carboxylic acids, right? Effect of electron withdrawing groups on acidic strength of carboxylic acids, right? ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, why carboxylic acids are acidic? Because carboxylate is more stable. Any influence that stabilizes carboxylate ion will increase acidic strength of carboxylic acid. Say for example, if I say this is carboxylic acid, yes, plus H2O, right, and it gives off COO minus, right, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, minus plus H3O plus ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು equilibrium ಇದೆ. If I connect any, yes, it is electron withdrawing group, yes, electron withdrawing group, EWG ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. If I connect any electron withdrawing group, ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Electrons are moving towards away from oxygen and they are moving towards electron withdrawing groups. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ electron withdrawing group, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು electron withdrawing group ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ electron withdrawing group ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, negative charge on the oxygen is decreased, ಅಂದ್ರೆ negative charge is delocalized effectively towards electron withdrawing group. ಈ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. When stability of carboxylate increases, acidic strength of acid increases. Therefore, electron withdrawing groups, that is electron withdrawing groups increase. Electron withdrawing groups increase acidic strength, right? By increasing, right? Stability of carboxylate ion. They increase acidic strength by increasing stability of carboxylate ion. Why the stability of carboxylate ion increases? Due to effective delocalization of negative charge on the oxygen by electron withdrawing groups. electron density ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And of course, as far as electron withdrawing groups are concerned, we have a groups like this. It is benzene ring, right? This is electron withdrawing group. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ electron withdrawing effect can be by minus I effect or it can be by minus R effect. Yes, electron withdrawing groups, we have I here, we have BR here, we have Cl here, we have F here. Yes, then we have Cn here. Okay, na? Then we have NO2 here, then we have CF3 here. These are all electron withdrawing groups. And of course, electron withdrawing effect of phenyl is less than iodo, it is less than bromo, it is less than chloro, it is less than fluoro. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್. ಇದರ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ its electronic withdrawing effect is less than Cn, because in the case of Cn there is a triple bond and more electronegative nitrogen. Because of that, its electron withdrawing effect is less than Cn. But here its effect is less than NO2, because in NO2 there is highly electronegative 2 oxygen atoms and 1 nitrogen. Therefore its electron withdrawing effect is very high and its electron withdrawing effect is less than CF3. Because in CF3 there are 3 electron withdrawing groups, highly electronegative fluoro groups. Because of that, and CF3 will have maximum electron withdrawing effect. So as the electron withdrawing effect increases, strength of acid increases. And that is what we call it as effect of electron withdrawing groups on the acidic strength of carboxylic acids. That is, electron withdrawing effects increase acidic strength of carboxylic acids by increasing stability of carboxylate. Yes, ade nodi. If I connect, yes, it is electron releasing groups. If I connect any electron releasing groups, right? I am going to connect ERG, electron releasing group. Yes, and that releases electrons towards carboxyl group. Direction ulta agate. Electron releasing group. Yes. Okay, na? Electrons release agate towards carboxyl group. ಈಗ electron withdrawing effect ಅಲ್ಲಿ electrons are moving away from carboxyl group. ಈಗ electrons moving towards carboxyl group. ಆಗ electrons move ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? towards carboxyl group. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, electrons are moving towards carboxyl group, ಹೌದಾ? ಆಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ increases. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ increases. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it absorbs H+, equilibrium is reversed. Therefore, acidic strength decreases. Athava electron releasing groups decrease stability of carboxylate. Electron releasing groups decrease stability of carboxylate by increasing electron density over the oxygen. The carboxylate is destabilized by electron releasing groups. Because of that, acidic strength of carboxylic acids decreases, and therefore that is electron releasing groups decrease. Electron releasing decrease. Acidic strength by, yes, it is decreasing. By decreasing, right? Stability of carboxylate ion. Electron releasing groups decrease acidic strength of carboxylic acids by decreasing stability of carboxylate ion. ಯಾಕೆ stability of carboxylate ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು? They increase electron density over oxygen. And if electron density over oxygen increases, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It absorbs H+, and from the H3O+, equilibrium is shifted in backward direction. Therefore, acidic strength decreases, right? And of course, as far as electron releasing groups are concerned, we have certain electron releasing groups. That is tertiary butyl group, right? This is tertiary butyl group. Its electron releasing effect is greater than that of the isopropyl group. Yes, its electron releasing effect is greater than that of the ethyl group. Yes, its electron releasing effect is greater than that of the CS3. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ CS3 ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ its electron releasing effect is very very high compared to this. Its electron releasing effect is very very high compared to the plus I effect. Some will be releasing electrons by plus R effect. ಹಾಗೇನೆ some will be withdrawing electrons by minus I effect. Some will be withdrawing electrons by minus R effect. And this is what we call it as electron withdrawing effect and electron releasing effect on acidic strength of carboxylic acids. Okay na? So with that information, I am going to compare. Yes, it is strength of some acids. Let me repeat once again. That is as electron releasing effect increases, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ acidic strength decreases. As electron withdrawing effect increases, acidic strength increases, right? So with that information, we'll go for one by one. Yes. Let me take up some examples to justify effect of electron releasing groups and electron withdrawing groups. Okay. Go for this CH3 COOH. It is I CH2 COOH. And it is Br CH2 COOH. And it is Cl CH2 COOH. And this is F CH2 COOH. These are the compounds, right? I want to compare acidic strength of these compounds. All are monocarboxylic acids, but here there is a plus I effect. As plus I effect increases, acidic strength decreases. As minus I effect increases, acidic strength increases. If I move from here to here, minus I effect increases. Minus I effect increases. No minus I group. Here minus I group. Minus I group is Br. Its minus I effect is more than this. Its minus I effect is more than this. Its minus I effect is more than this. Available in the order. Therefore, that acetic acid is weaker than iodoacetic acid. It is weaker than bromoacetic acid. Weaker than chloroacetic acid. Weaker than fluoroacetic acid. As minus I effect increases, acidic strength increases. So this is what we call it as comparison there. Yes. CH2 COOH. CH3 COOH. Then it is CH3 and it is CH3 and of course here it is CH3, right? And it is COOH. This is one more set of carboxylic acids. Alright? Here it is plus I effect. Here also there is a plus I effect. Here also there is a plus I effect. In which case plus I effect is maximum? In the case of tertiary butyl group, plus I effect is maximum. From here to here, that is as plus I effect increases, acidic strength decreases. Acidic strength decreases, and acidic strength ability of releasing H plus. Therefore, this is propanoic acid is stronger than 2-methyl propanoic acid. Yes, because only one electron releasing group. Illi 2 electron releasing groups, isopropyl group. Illi 3 electron releasing tertiary butyl group. Therefore, this is least acidic. This will be more acidic. So this is what we call it as one more. Yes. Okay, now example, that is as plus I effect increases, acidic strength, yes, it is decreases. Set of examples, that is NO2 nitroethanoic acid. That is cyanoethanoic acid. This is cyanoethanoic acid. That is fluoroethanoic acid. That is ethanoic acid. Okay, now these are the compounds I selected. Nitro group. Here it is cyano group. Here it is fluoro group. Which has got highest electron withdrawing effect? Nitro group. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Minus I effect decreases. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Its minus I effect is highest. Your minus effect is least. And of course lowest here, no minus I effect. As minus I effect decreases, acidic strength decreases. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Minus I effect ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ acidic strength ಕೂಡ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ highest minus I effect, therefore stronger acid than this. This is stronger acid than this. This is stronger acid than this. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? This is one more example. Go for it. CF3 COOH, CCl3 COOH, CBr3 COOH, CI3 COOH. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಟ್ರೈಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಇಥನೋಯಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಫ್ಲೋರೋ, ಕ್ಲೋರೋ, ಬ್ರೋಮೋ, ಅಯೋಡೋ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಫ್ಲೋರೋ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಆಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? acidic strength also decreases. As minus I effect decreases, acidic strength also decreases. Therefore, trifluoroethanoic acid is stronger than this. Trichloroethanoic acid is stronger than this. Tribromoethanoic acid is stronger than triiodoethanoic acid. So that is one more set of examples as far as the effect of electron releasing groups and electron withdrawing groups are concerned. We'll go for the one more. Go for it. That is Cl, CH2, CH2, and of course CH2, COOH. And this is chlorobutanoic acid, 3-chlorobutanoic acid. Go for this. And this is 3-chlorobutanoic acid. This is 4-chlorobutanoic acid. Then in all the compounds same minus I group ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್. ಏನ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. Here it is 4-chlorobutanoic acid, 3-chlorobutanoic acid, 2-chlorobutanoic acid. In which case chloro group is very close to COOH. 2-chlorobutanoic acid ali chloro group is very close to COOH. Therefore, minus I effect is highest here. But here, minus I effect is least here because chloro group is far away from COOH. Therefore, it is weaker than this and this is weaker than this. Therefore, as minus I effect increases, acidic strength also increases. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ acidic strength ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್? monochloroacetic acid, yes. Dichloroacetic acid, and this is trichloroacetic acid. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. therefore it is weaker than this, this is weaker than this. That is as minus I effect increases, ಹೇಳಿ, acidic strength also increases. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್, ಮೂರು ಕ್ಲೋರೋ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಏನವು ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್. as minus I effect increases, acidic strength also increases. This is what we call strength of different types of compounds. We'll go for the one more set. This is benzoic acid. Okay na? Next it is phenyl ethanoic acid. Next it is ethanoic acid. Yes? ಹೌದಾ? Yes or no? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, your phenyl group is directly attached to COOH. Phenyl group is directly attached to COOH. Therefore, it attracts electrons towards it. Therefore, minus I effect increases acidic strength, and therefore it is stronger than phenyl ethanoic acid. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ phenyl group, ಆದರೆ this is far away from COOH. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? Therefore, its effect is less on the COOH. Its effect is more on the COOH. Therefore, it is stronger than this. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ನೋ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ. therefore it is stronger than this. So acetic acid is weak acid. Phenyl acetic acid is stronger than acetic acid because of minus I effect of this. And here minus I group that is very close to COOH. Sometimes it may lead to minus R effect also. Okay, minus I effect also. That is because of that benzoic acid is stronger than phenyl ethanoic acid. This is stronger than acetic acid. Yes, or ethanoic acid. Yes. Nagboda? One more important aspect. In the case of yes, it is carboxylic acids. That is formic acid, stronger than benzoic acid. Formic acid is stronger than benzoic acid. Formic acid andre HCOOH. Benzoic acid andre, and this is okay na. Now here anisute andre, in the case of yes, it is benzoic acid. Yes. Yes, this is benzoic acid. Howda? And because of this minus I effect, electron withdrawing effect, minus I effect in the It appears that benzoic acid to be stronger than formic acid. ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಫಿನೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇಂದ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಫಿನೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇದು? ಆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ benzoic acid to be stronger than formic acid ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. But here there is one more effect. This is very special. ನೋಡಿ, ಬೆಂಜೋಯಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರೆಸೊನೆನ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ electronic movement is towards benzene by minus I effect. Here electronic movement is towards COOH by minus M. Which dominates? Minus M dominates. Yes, it is minus I effect. Minus M dominates minus I effect. Therefore, as electrons are moving towards carboxyl group, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? electron releasing effect ಆಗಲ್ವಾ ಅದು? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ? Acidic strength of benzoic acid decreases. Therefore, formic acid is stronger than benzoic acid. ಅದೇ ನೋಡಿ, formic acid is stronger than, yes it is, benzoic acid. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? And benzoic acid is stronger than acetic acid. And we already discussed it. This is stronger than this is stronger than this by making use of Ka values ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. No minus I, no plus I. Here minus I. ಹೌದಾ? ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? And of course here plus I ಇದೆ. Plus I ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Acidic strength decreases. So this is what we call it as the acidic strength of formic acid stronger than benzoic acid. The strength of benzoic acid is stronger than ethanoic acid. Here it is minus I effect. ಹೌದಾ? Here no minus I. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? No plus I. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ, and of course this is stronger than this is stronger than this, right? So this is what we call it as another important aspect. Yes, and of course under the effect of substituents, I want to discuss one special case, that is effect of vinyl group on acidic strength of carboxylic acids. ಅದು ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ NCERT book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, right? Effect of vinyl group on acidic strength. Effect of vinyl group on acidic strength of, yes it is, carboxyl group. Vinyl group is this type, CS2 double bond CH, and of course this is C double bond O, and it is OH. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? This is carboxyl group, to which vinyl group is CS2 double bond CH is vinyl group. Yes, ಈ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಗ 5 electrons are moving towards this. ಏನನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೇನನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ? electrons are moving towards carboxyl group. Electron releasing effect ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ we expect that vinyl group to decrease acidic strength. ಹೌದಾ? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು? electrons moving towards carboxyl group alva, what we can expect? Acidic strength of carboxyl group to be decreased. But here it is, carboxyl group is sp2 hybridized. Because of that ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? carbon atom of carboxyl group is sp2 hybridized, highly electronegative. ಹೌದಾ? Therefore that withdraws electrons towards it. ಹೌದಾನೆ? How can I say sp2 hybridized? Because of double bond. Yes, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೀಗೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೀಗೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ವಾಪಸ್. ಹೌದಾನೆ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ because of that high electronegativity of sp2 hybridized carbon atom of carboxyl group, that acidic strength increases. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ when vinyl group is attached to carboxyl group, acidic strength increases. Okay na? When vinyl group is attached to carboxyl group, acidic strength increases. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ? Yes. Now let us see last discussion, that is comparison of acidic strength of some compounds, like that is this is methoxybenzoic acid, this is benzoic acid, and this is nitrobenzoic acid. Okay na? ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ OCH3 releases electrons by plus R effect, nitro group withdraws electrons by minus R effect, Here it is plus R effect. No plus R, no minus R. Therefore, when plus R groups, electron releasing group acidic strength decreases. Here, electron withdrawing groups acidic strength increases. Therefore, this is the order. Nitrobenzoic acid is stronger than benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is stronger than, yes it is methoxybenzoic acid. Therefore, idana pKa1 anta karitini, idana pKa2 anta karitini, idana pKa3 anta karitini. pKa values nanu helidnala, as the strength of the acid increases, pKa value decreases. Therefore, its pKa value is greater than this, its pKa value is greater than this. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, pKa ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಫಾರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಪ್ಪ? ಫಾರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೀಕರ್ ದನ್ ದಿಸ್. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ pKa ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ pKa ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್. ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ pKa ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ Ka1 of acetic acid is smaller than Ka2. Dissociation constant. pKa ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ Ka ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Yes, pKa ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, Ka ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ look at this, chloro acetic acid and acetic acid ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ which is stronger than? Yes, chloroacetic acid is stronger than acetic acid. A strong acid ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, pKa decreases. As strength increases, pKa decreases. ಅಥವಾ Ka1 is greater than Ka2. pKa ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ Ka ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ವೀಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಂತರ Ka1 Ka ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ? The acidic nature of carboxylic acids. In the next video, we'll see the remaining properties of carboxylic acids with some tips over NEET and JEE. Okay na? Thank you.